Shaka, during any transfer window, there's a lot of speculation about who might be going where, but there's been even more than normal about Dusan Vlahovic. Arsenal were linked with him. And then, kind of out of the blue, Juventus seems strongly linked with the player. Even the mayor of Florence has come out and had a go at Vlahovic for saying he's trampled all over the club of Fiorentina if he goes to Juventus. So if he does go, what type of player would Juventus be getting?
They get one of the hottest strikers in world football right now, Vlahovic. And that shows at Fiorentina. Listen, I make nothing of what the city mayor has had to say. You understand the relationship between these two, the history of players in between these two clubs. But the truth is, Vlahovic is one of European and world football's hottest prospects. As a striker who would be lauded, you knew he was going to be leaving Fiorentina this summer at the very latest. I never thought that Arsenal was the right fit, a big enough club for Vlahovic. And Juventus move early in this January transfer window in trying to secure his services rather than leaving it till the summer when there'll be so many more vying for his services. In Vlahovic, they get a proven goal scorer, they get somebody who knows Serie A, and somebody who's young as we speak. Mark, he's a couple of days short of his 22nd birthday. He could be there for a very, very long time.
This is a change in tact for Juve, isn't it, Shaka? Because when they signed Ronaldo and they had Bonucci and Chiellini at the back, it was a win-now mentality. With the signing of Vlahovic, if they get their man, not only would it be a let's try and win now, but we've got building blocks in the place potentially for the future going forward.
Which is more in keeping with who Juventus have been for so very long. Listen, I sympathize. The Champions League has evaded Juve for so long that they wanted to make this big splash in somebody who's proven at that level, a proven winner in the Champions League. They made that effort. It didn't quite pan out. Now you have to think about what's next. And inevitably, when we're talking football, whether we're talking small clubs or big clubs, you're looking at young players who can be there for quite some time. And if they aren't, what is the upside to selling them on? Now, Juventus aren't ordinarily a selling club, but they are one who has always planned for the future. They are one who's always stuck by their strikers and have built legacies around their proven talents. Maybe Vlahovic is exactly that, a harkening of Juventus back to old. Whether it translates to the delivering of the Champions League in years to come, time will tell. But this, I think, is a move that makes a whole lot of sense, especially now in January and avoiding what's to come in the summer.
Yeah, because you don't want to get involved in a battle, which potentially you can get involved in the summer with teams splashing the cash. And look, Arsenal have been mentioned. This isn't a let's put the boot into Arsenal for not getting their man, because we don't know how far that deal potentially went. But if Arsenal were interested in Vlahovic and he's chosen to stay in Italy over moving to England, what does that tell us?
It tells us that he likes where he is, that he understands this league, values what he brings to the league, and sees his future in Serie A. And I see no problem with that. Listen, the truth is, Vlahovic waits till the summer. You have Erling Haaland, you have Kylian Mbappe, and after that, everybody is going to be looking at Vlahovic probably third in line, and there will be a lot of money involved. And as much speculation as there are around the other two and where their likely destinations will be, there will be a host of clubs vying for those services. And as you said, with no disrespect to Arsenal, when you bring all of world football's big boys into play, Arsenal fall very far down the pecking order, at least as far as they are right now. Now, if you bring all of Europe's elites into play, Juventus probably aren't quite sure where they stand themselves. So it makes sense to make that move right now, as we discussed. For Vlahovic, he knows that. For his team, he knows he could have waited till the summer, and who knows what would have happened. But we are talking about a player who, as I mentioned, right now as we speak, is still 21, is still learning his trade, despite how good he has been. knows this league in Serie A, and feels that he can develop. We praise Erling Haaland for going to Dortmund and the Bundesliga, a club and a league that he can learn, that he can grow in, and Vlahovic doing exactly the same in a league that he knows, in a league that he can grow in. And while the contract, as we speak, isn't yet signed, it makes perfect sense for club, it makes perfect sense for player. Maybe Fiorentina feel a little bit hard done by, but that's the nature of the business.
Understandably so. And if Juve can get this deal over the line, they are getting a top-class player. 17 Serie A goals this season. He's just improved year on year and will only get better.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.